And then finally, job hopping. Is it really as bad as all of us make it seem? Is it that bad? I don't know. You tell me, man. You tell me. Top of the morning, everyone. And I'm back. My name is Tshidi, and I'm back with another video to discuss a very interesting topic that a lot of people always ask about, to say, what do you think about job hopping? What is job hopping? So now, let me just quickly explain what job hopping is. Job hopping is moving from one job to another in a very short period of time. And a lot of people have got so many different views about job hopping. Now, gone are the days where we actually just look at one career and you spend 25 to 40 years in one company, where you then say, that's my life. You've known the same route, you've driven the same journey, you've known the same colleagues for 20, 30, 40 years. We're now in a time where people actually look at jobs very differently. They've got different meanings to those jobs. So what I'll be discussing today is job hopping. First of all, understanding why people job hop in the first place, as well as the recruiter's perspective. How do you deal with questions about job hopping and dealing with making sure that somebody actually understands why you moved or you changed jobs? So now, there's so many different reasons why people job hop. One of the first most important things is career advancement. So many professionals actually switch jobs to seek a better career opportunity. So let's say you've been in one company for a very long time and you wanted to be promoted, but the company can't really promote you because of so many different reasons. Could be there's no space to grow. If they promote you into your boss's role. And there really isn't a place where your boss can go as well. So there's no opportunity to actually move up and down the ladder. That is one of the reasons why people end up job hop from different companies, because either they were informed something or they were told, oh, now you'll have an opportunity to do this. And then within the first year, they realize that that's never going to happen. The second reason why people job hop is salary increases. Now, we also have times where a lot of companies are doing inflationary increases from a salary point of view, and then people are feeling that that increase is not really strong enough, especially if you had a bad salary from the start. And it's very difficult, because if you've had a bad salary from the start, your increases are always going to be quite small if it's inflationary or inflationary plus 1%. So that's one of the reasons why people actually end up job hop. That's why they leave that current company to go to the next company. The next one could be skills development. Sometimes you realize once you move into a company 6 months later that they will not be able to give you the developments that you've actually been looking for. So you're not going to grow in the area that you wanted to grow. So that's one of the reasons why people end up job hopping. The fourth reason could be industry changes. So it could be shifts from industry changes where there's different trends, disruptions in that particular space. I mean, one of the other things that's happened has been the tech space in the last 2 years, or in the last basically year, where there's been a lot of people that have been let go by the tech space. So that's one of the reasons why some of the people could have changed jobs within such a short period of time. And then we then have the fifth one, which is sometimes a bit more personal to a lot of people, is work-life balance. If you get into a job where you feel like, listen, the last 6 months, all I've seen is literally my computer, the wall next to me, and that's it. I haven't had a work-life balance, and I actually need to start having time for myself, for my family, whatever. That's one of the reasons why people end up just jumping between different jobs, because either your job in itself is actually quite demanding, so you end up just changing to another one. The next one could be company culture or environment. So in one of the videos that I speak about toxic environments. So that could be one of the reasons why people might decide to change their careers, to say, listen, the company culture or the environment is not really what I'm looking for. When I went through the interviews, I thought this is what it was, but it wasn't really exactly that. And then the seventh reason that we've got is temporary or contract roles. Some people have got contract roles. It's normally a 6 months to a year contract where there's an agreement to say you'll deliver X, and then within that 1 year, you end up leaving. That's one of the reasons why people job hop. And then some of them could be personal reasons. Could be just about anything. Some personal reasons, life changes, relocation, family needs. It could be just about anything. And then job satisfaction is the ninth one. That's one of the ones that, where you don't feel fulfilled in the role that you actually took over. And that could be one of the reasons why people end up job hop. And then the last one is economic factors. And those are normally what's happened with the tech world, where, even companies that we never thought could actually ever let go of people, they end up letting go of people. That could be one of the reasons, because you could have just started now and then the company decides to let go of people. And then obviously it's not a very nice environment to be in. So those are the 10 reasons why people job hop. Now, I'm going to share with you the recruiter's perspective. What do recruiters worry about? What are some of the things that you can do to make sure that you deal with these kind of concerns to be able to always be identified as the best candidate? So now, addressing the recruiter's concerns about job hopping is a very crucial aspect of this particular conversation, because you need to be able to explain to them in such a way that they feel comfortable that the job hop is not going to happen to that company as well. So number one is, one of the easiest things you can ever do is be honest and be direct as to, give the reasons as to why you actually frequently change jobs. So don't just, the fact that somebody's already having the conversation with you is that you're already interesting as it is. So be honest and say, listen, I changed because of whatever one of those 10 reasons that I just provided you guys. This is one of the reasons, and actually substantiate examples of whenever something like that happened. Like, for example, if you felt that maybe job satisfaction, there was a lack of job satisfaction. What does it mean? Give examples of where the scenarios were, give examples of where the issues were, and make sure that at least they understand from your perspective why you felt that there was a need to actually leave that particular company. Number two, focus on career growth and learning. Emphasize how each job changed or contributed to your development and your growth into who you are today. As much as it might have been a role where you were there for 6 months and you didn't feel fulfilled, what are some of the things you learned in that job for those 6 months? Because one of the things that people want to see is that you've learned something out of whatever short period of time that you were in that company. And it helps you to at least create or show them the set of skills that will help you in career investment, the skills that will help you with development, your personal reasons, where do you actually currently stand. The third most important thing is show commitment for future roles. Now, recruiters are often very concerned about your tenure in that company. They're worried because if we recruit you now and you come and join us, and then 6 months later you leave the company, they have to now replace you again. Now, that's the same type of thing. They go through the same journey of finding the same kind of person who might leave again after 6 months. Another thing that people don't realize about recruiters is that in-house recruiters are normally measured on how long candidates stay in the company. So the value for the employee that you brought in, that means you brought in the right person. It's the quality of hire, as most of us will describe it. Now, quality of hire is how long an employee actually stays in the company and adds value in that company. And what recruiters worry about is, if I bring in a job hopper into the company and then 3, 6, 4, 5, 7, 8 months later they decide to leave, that actually marks me down. So that's why you need to always show commitment for future roles that you're actually applying to. You need to show the commitment as to why you want to join that particular company. The fourth most important thing that anybody should ever do when it comes to job hopping and explaining to the recruiter side or the hiring manager is explain the context. Sometimes job hopping is influenced by other factors beyond your control. It could be company layoffs. It could be industry downturns. It could be contractual roles. It could be anything. Clarify the circumstances of your decision to actually change, or the environment's decisions to make you change. Because sometimes it's not even you that made the changes, it's the company that made the change. So make sure that you do that. And then number 5, articulate the value that you bring. Demonstrate how varied your experience is, and allow them to actually be able to see how unique you are and what perspective you'll be bringing to the company. Because if you can't articulate that, it ends up just being one of those, yes, cool, you've job hopped, then what? What does that mean for them as a company? And then number 6, discuss the stability factors. If your past job hopping was due to reasons that are no longer apply, like early career exploration or personal reasons, or you moved from one city to another city, discuss those stability reasons and make sure that the factors are identified by the person. And you should be able to say, one of the deal breakers for me is if you say to me that this is an environment where I will learn and I'll push the boundaries, and then I come in here and I'm not able to actually learn anything new, it's going to be very difficult for me to always stay. Be able to actually discuss what is it that will make you tick and that will make you stay in that particular environment. And if it's the right environment, they'll tell you, listen, you'll definitely learn a lot and you'll grow quite a lot in some of these different things. Number 7, highlight consistent themes. If there's any consistent themes in your career, like focus on the particular industry or skill set, point these things out. If there's something that you could actually highlight to say, this is one of the reasons why I left this industry was because it had 1, 2, 3. Showcase those consistent themes so that people actually shows that you understand what is happening. And it also shows that you've actually grown in your career. Showcase what you've learned in those short period of times that you were in the company, because they want to know, have you learned anything in the 6 months that you were in company X? And then number 8, prepare success stories. Share specific examples of how you've positively actually impacted whichever company that you decided to leave. Even if it was for a short period of time, showcase that, because one thing that people want to know is, 1, have you learned anything in your previous job? 2, did you add any value, or were you just willy-nilly just chilling and just being one of those people? So make sure that you prepare your success stories and you understand. And remember, one of the things that I always say is always answer your questions with a star. And the STAR methodology is the one that says, what is the situation, what was the task, what was the actions, and what are the results. So make sure that you always showcase whatever you're trying to explain with that kind of mindset, because then you'll always be able to win. And then number 9, focus on adaptability and learning. Emphasize your adaptability to the new environment, how easily you adapted to the new environment, how quickly you can learn, and what values you think you can bring. And then lastly, ask and address the concerns directly. So if there was something where the recruiters asked you something specific about a specific concern, make sure that you actually address it specifically. Do not waffle. Don't go around in circles. Don't go and explain something that didn't make any sense because you're just trying to cover yourself. Just address exactly what the concerns are, because once you address those concerns and they feel comfortable that you've dealt with whatever they had issues with, they will always make sure that they become your advocate. And then finally, job hopping. Is it really as bad as all of us make it seem? Is it that bad? I don't know. You tell me, man. You tell me. Once again, Top of the Morning with Tshidi. See you in the next video. And I'm going to try and do as many of these videos as possible, at least before the end of the year, because next year I want to come with a bang. So please subscribe. Don't forget to share and like the video. Peace.